Hello and welcome to Catfish Trash Talk. This is episode 97. How are you, Noelle?
I'm okay.
We're here to talk about Catfish, the television show, season 8, episode we don't know, Jasmine and Ryan. So we're back
Right,
to
season
season
eight.
8. I
That's
told
it.
you, we're back to
Uh-huh.
season 8.
That's it. It's just season 8.
It's just season 8. Every day is season 8. This is like Groundhog Day.
Yeah, this is like also like, can we just get some new stuff on here? I need more life on this show. I need life back on Catfish.
What do you think life is?
I think it's too scripted now.
Yeah, I think that's just how it's going to
Like,
go
well,
now.
here's the thing. It's not that it's too scripted. It's like overproduced and it's
Mhm.
like I just felt like before it was a lot more like, oh, I really don't think anybody knows what's going on.
Mhm.
Like, and it's like, it has nothing to do with Cammy. It's just when Max was on, it was like that.
Oh, you're saying they're not doing so much research anymore.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with you.
They're not doing so much research anymore. They're not like talking to the other
Yes.
person.
They're not
Yeah.
trying to figure it out.
Yeah. And
They're
that's
just kind
why
of
it's
like, all
kind of
right,
like,
let's go.
they're like, all right, well, we're going to find him. Okay. So I'm going to call him. Okay. Do you want to
They
meet
just
up? Okay.
call.
Right. And it's like, that just doesn't do it for me.
I agree with
Right.
you.
Okay.
I think it's ever since like after Zoom,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
they're
sure.
kind
It's
of
just,
lazy.
they changed the formula into a little bit lazy.
Lazy formula. All right. Well, before we get into this, I just want to let you guys know that on November 11th, I don't know if you know already, but we're having a live podcast in New York City.
I know that.
So get tickets, TraceyCarnazzo.com, November 11th, 4 p.m. Caveat on the Lower East Side of New York City as part of the New York Comedy Festival. Thank you.
Okay. I'll be
Thank
there.
you. Thank you. All right. So we start off the episode. Ariana Grande DM'd Cammy and unfollowed Neve.
That's so funny.
That makes me laugh.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't do that, but that's pretty funny.
All right. So we meet Jasmine. She's 28. She's a single mom of 2 girls. She lives in Baltimore. 6 months ago, she met Ryan, who's 31, on a dating app.
Mhm.
He's from Southampton, Virginia. He's tall, handsome, funny, and a family guy.
Southampton.
I know. I was like, not Southampton. So they have never FaceTime. They haven't met. And he's always having family problems and can't meet up. And he even ghosted her for a month, but then came back.
It's just like, it's just so typical.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, let me guess. It's not the real person.
Right. Sure.
Yeah.
So they call Jasmine. They go to Baltimore and they go to
Mhm.
her Airbnb very clearly.
Yes. This is all Airbnbs this episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she was raised in foster care with her sister. Her mom was on drugs. Her foster mother was evil, or at least the first one was. And when she was a teenager, she decided to find her mom. So she went to go live with her mom, I'm assuming alone without her
Right.
sister. And one day her mom came home on drugs. She said she was tired. She was going to go to sleep. And then she collapsed on the floor and died.
It's so heavy.
This is pretty upsetting.
But this though is reminiscent of old Catfish.
Yes.
I think that's what it is. I miss it. I want to know more about the people on the show.
Thank you. We
Yes.
really don't know much about a lot of
Yes.
these people.
Right.
Agreed.
And learning about her, it's a terrible story, but I'm sure people can relate. I'm
Right.
sure
And it's like
so
I'm
many
rooting
people
for
out
her.
there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. So she got pregnant with an abusive man,
Mhm.
and she finally called the police on him, and he ran and they never got him.
Unbelievable.
Immediately after, she got pregnant by another man.
Right.
And then I guess they split because she tried the dating apps and she found this guy, Ryan, who works for the state. And she said
Mhm.
his voice is so country.
That's so funny.
After she told him about her mom, he said that he would never, ever, ever leave her. And he loves her
wants
daughters.
to heal her,
Right.
not hurt her.
Sure. But he can't
Yeah.
FaceTime. He said that his mother had 3 brain surgeries. His dad was in prison. So he takes care of his mom mostly.
So
This
as
sounds
soon
like
as he
a
said that his
beat-
mother had
Oh, the
3
brain
brain surgeries, I'm like, I'm out. I know what's
Yep.
gonna happen.
I know, me too.
Mhm. Mhm.
So in January, he blocked her and ghosted her for a month.
That's so infuriating. How can you get so close to someone, especially someone who like has a really troubled past,
Mhm.
and then do this to them?
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
terrible.
Trust me. And then block them for a whole
Right.
month.
Right.
For a whole month. It's crazy.
It's funny. I'm watching this and I'm like, I know things about this.
So they find his Instagram and it has 20,000 followers.
Right.
And she said that she would move to Virginia to be with him. They find some pictures of him and they find this rapper.
Imagine Dinero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's wearing the same outfit in the picture that he's wearing. And I'm like, do you have one outfit?
Yeah, that's usually how it goes though.
I know. So they find a profile for Imagine Dinero that's private with 5,000 followers and also a link to the YouTube.
So it makes you think like, okay, so he's this guy with the 5,000 followers is stealing pictures.
Okay, but why would the guy with the 20,000 followers steal pictures from the guy with 5,000 followers? This isn't making sense to me. Also,
right.
If the 20,000 is the real rapper, because that's the page I would use for my rapping, why isn't your YouTube link in the
right?
I'm like, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's so confusing. Okay, good. Because I thought I was crazy for being so confused.
So on the 20,000 page that's public, it's all spam bots commenting and they're saying he bought followers.
Oh, God. That's like, send it to Reality Records that I get.
Okay, but that's the thing. It's because you use hashtags. Yeah. That's when you get the spam bots. It's not necessarily you buying followers. All right. So they find a picture of him. So they take his face and they search his face.
I like
and they
that.
Find a picture of him in Virginia in a construction outfit.
And it's like, did he Photoshop this? No.
In Suffolk, Virginia. Now I want to say something else.
What?
Suffolk, Virginia. Southampton, Virginia. In New York, Southampton is in Suffolk County.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
I'm like, interesting.
That is interesting.
They run his phone number, and his phone number goes to Mario with the same last name as him, though. And he's 32.
Mario,
so now,
beep.
Right. So now they search Mario beep into Instagram. They don't Google him.
Right.
They just search him on Instagram. Right. And then they're like, well, I guess there's no other way to know.
It's like, wait, but that's what I mean. This researching, not top tier researching here. No.
I don't know who his wireless provider is, but with big wireless providers, what you see is never what you get. Somewhere between the store and your first month's bill, the price you thought you were paying magically skyrockets. With Mint Mobile, you'll never have to worry about gotchas ever again. When Mint Mobile says $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan, they mean it. We've both had problems with cell phone providers before where like you really just don't even know what you're going to be paying. Say bye-bye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you with premium wireless plans starting at $15 a month. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all of your existing contacts. Ditch overpriced wireless with Mint Mobile's deal and get 3 months of premium wireless service for $15 a month. To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/catfish. That's mintmobile.com/catfish. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/catfish. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 GB on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details. So they go back to her. She has on a matching blue t-shirt and bike shorts.
Yes, she does. I like it.
They show her what they found. And she doesn't know if that's his voice. So this is what I want to say.
Because he's auto-tuned.
Sure. But she said that he sounds very country. As soon as I heard the guy rapping, I'm like, he sounds very country.
Oh,
as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh, he sounds like a Southern country rapper.
Well, okay. His style of rapping is like Southern rap.
Yes. And I'm like, this guy sounds very country.
Yeah,
she doesn't know if it's his voice.
Because she's panicked, I think.
I know, but it's like, do you wear earplugs when you talk to him?
Maybe.
Okay, great. So they call him, no answer. They text him, and he wants to meet at Catfish Park at 4 p.m. And Jasmine wants to go.
God, but how many catfish parks are there in America?
1 million.
Yeah, limit does not exist.
The next day they leave, and she texts him that they're 20 minutes away.
Right.
And this is like a park in an apartment complex.
Right. And I'm like, this looks really weird to me. I don't like this. I wouldn't want to be there.
Well, you know why you wouldn't want to be there? Because Catfish plays this dark, scary movie music.
That's why. I'm like,
they try
Jason's
to make you
gonna
scared.
Come out and murder me.
So she calls it goes to voicemail. Then this Cammy goes, oh, look, a construction car. Do you mean a work truck?
Okay, she says that. And then I wrote down construction car. And I'm like, Noelle. I couldn't even figure out what the real name was. I'm like, it's a pickup truck. What is it called?
Well, he texted her, I can't do it. It's too hard. So they leave.
Right. What's so hard about it? I'll never know.
he texts her the next day that he wants to meet at a house address.
Right.
Someone answers the door. He's a complete stranger.
Nellie.
They ask him if it's him, and he goes, "Let me hit up Cuz real quick."
But also, why was it so hard to get this guy to answer the phone? He knew that Catfish was coming.
But also, she can't tell if that's his voice either.
I know. It's like, I don't think you listen. You know what, Tracey? I think she talks underwater when they talk on the phone.
God.
Yeah.
So, yada, yada, yada. Ryan shows up. It's him.
Okay. Were you surprised?
Not really.
Me too. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's him.
Right. Also, he was married. That's not a good outcome.
Right. So it's like, but everybody, do you notice that Neve makes excuses? Like
but this is what I'm saying. They're like, oh, you're just married. Now you're separated. So you're still married.
Right. And so you still like her too? Okay, cool. So as long as you still like her, you guys should hook up.
Right. It doesn't matter. Oh, you still married all the way? Okay,
right.
Great.
It's like, perfect. I bet you he still lives with his wife.
Okay. Also, he said that he was nervous about the cameras, and they were like, yeah, we were going to leave. How late was he in real life?
He was I truly believe
hours
he was a
late.
long time, because I don't think Nellie ever came back to the door.
No.
Nellie was like, fuck this, I'm hiding in my basement.
Yeah, Nellie's like, I'm in this Airbnb for no reason.
Right. So that's the thing. This was an Airbnb that they go inside. It's furniture. It's furnished Airbnb. By it's Bob's home furnishing all over the walls, on the tables. Yes. Yeah.
So he said that he was married for 4 years.
Right.
Magin De Niro is an old accountant, and he used to be a, quote, full-blown artist.
But now he's not into that anymore. He's into the city now.
He also came in socks and slides.
Yes, he did. And he came with a too small bomber jacket.
He came with a too small bomber jacket, and he came with a velvet do-rag.
Yeah,
he's velvet.
Velvet. She thinks he's the hottest thing she's ever seen.
I'm going to tell you why she thinks he's the hottest thing in the world. I'm going to explain that. No, I don't think she's desperate necessarily. I think that when you talk to someone for so long and you fall in love with them, with their personality, with who they are, he's a sweet talker, this guy.
Listen, I do agree with that, but also,
and that's exactly what he looked like. So whatever he had looked like was what she felt. That's
the reason why I say desperate is just because she's like, yep, I'm willing to move to Virginia for him. And it's remember that's something. Crazy.
He's telling her everything. I mean, this guy was probably the nicest catfish.
Yeah, I would never have fallen for him at all, because the way he talks, the charmer isn't for me.
Listen, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But this is what she wanted. This is what she needed.
Oh, yeah.
And this is what's going on here. He comes in socks and slides. He said that, he's married and everything, but like, you learned from the first one. And they're like, oh, first one.
Oh my God. Neva's like, me too. Laura, you hear that? You just learned from the first
I know.
one.
He's like, wait until you see my next one. It's going to be great. It's not going to be like,
it's going to be the best
bullshit.
One. Right.
So they're inside. They're talking.
Right.
Cammie's like, hey, you could smile. We know you're really excited. That was funny.
Yeah, I know. I like Cammie. I just do. She's grown on me.
And then they kiss goodbye, but it's like a tap kiss.
Well, I don't think they're going to make out.
I know, but you couldn't give them a second in the house?
No, they can't. Well, they gave them a second in the house, but they didn't make out.
Okay, but they gave him a second in the house.
I know. I bet the producer was sitting there too. That lady Kim. I bet she sat there with them.
Yeah, but it's like, you gave
give them a real alone.
They used to give these couples like a day.
Right. Remember that couple were like going at it on the curb? On the curb. Clawing each other.
Falling off the curb. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were in the gutter.
True. Right. It's like even that guy sucked that woman's big toe remember in the screen room? Yeah.
Never forget.
I'll never forget that.
But this is what I mean. Like, they really, because you remember they used to like give them a date. You remember they'd be like, go out for ice cream.
Yes. I remember that there was a Catfish episode that a guy and a girl, they got to go on a date, and he was like, listen, I really want to be in a throuple with you. And she's like, what the fuck?
They went for like ice cream, right?
Yeah. And she's like, this. So yeah, you're right. I missed the dates. We need a date.
Give him a second. How cheap are you guys getting?
Neva's like, I'm ready to go home. Meanwhile, last week they were ready to give Brittany $2,000 for her tips at work.
Hello.
Yeah, that's true. Neva's like, listen, I already paid for 2 Airbnbs this episode.
I know. He's like, we're cutting costs. The show's not doing great. The only thing we have keeping us alive is Catfish Trash Talk.
Yeah, that's true. We are keeping it alive. I saw on Reddit somebody was like, "Oh, my favorite podcast is Catfish Trash Talk." I was like, "Oh my God, that's so nice."
Oh, that's
Uh-huh.
nice.
Yeah, she was like, well, because she was like, "Oh, I was listening to this episode on my favorite podcast." It was somebody we were talking about that transition. She's like, "Does anybody know about this?" And it was a picture of you and I, like Catfish Trash Talk.
Yeah.
I thought that was so
It's
cute. I'm like, "That's
cute.
us. We're on Reddit. We made it. It's not even a bad thing on
I
Reddit."
know. And then they're like, we hate those bitches. They
Yeah,
should
they're like,
die.
we hate them. They support bad people, and it's like, you don't even know us.
Oh my God. Well, 2 months later, it's her birthday. And they talk every single day and they're planning a weekend together. Lazy.
Okay, so they lived 3 hours apart, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not far. Let's see.
No, I
she lives
wrote
in
it
Baltimore.
down because they took a road trip.
Okay, so wait, hold on. Baltimore to
Okay.
Southampton.
Because they took I can't remember if they said it was 3 or 4 hours away.
Hold on. Hold, please. Hold for more
I'm
information.
holding. No, listen, I am holding.
3 hours and 52 minutes.
Okay, so it's been 2 months.
You couldn't take
You haven't had one day. Tracy, you and I are in the car more than that on a Thursday going to Costco.
Thank you.
It's
her birthday. You didn't go surprise her for her birthday?
You can't have one overnight. You know what? She can't get a sitter. Come drive to her.
You work for the city. You love her daughters.
You work for the city. You're off of work at like 2 p.m. every day.
You know you are.
Yeah. And you are off weekends.
You're off the weekends. Or maybe he's working overtime because they're paving the roads.
Or maybe he's bringing his rap career back.
I don't think so. Okay. That's the only thing I respected about him. He was like, I can't. No, he's like, I can't tell you I was a rapper. This was awful.
Well, I do like that he's like, well,
you.
now I have a real job, basically.
Right. He's like, that was not a good time in my life. And we like to forget that. And I'm like, you know what? That was a very bad time in your life because that was a very bad second in my life.
Yeah, that's true. It's a second we won't get back, unfortunately.
No, and I watched that scene like 400 times.
I know. Me too.
I'm like, this is very bad. So that's what's going on there.
That's what's going on there. I wasn't very surprised. I don't know. I wonder if they're going to work out. I hope they hung out. I'm going to try to find them online
and talk to them. Just chat with them a little bit.
Well, I'm just going to like stalk their Instagrams and stuff and see if they have each other up.
What is the problem?
There is no problem. I feel like he's the man full of excuses.
Yeah. Also, you were married. You were married. Of course you were married. This makes sense. You were always having quote unquote family problems.
I don't know about those brain surgeries. I think you're just having trouble.
The brain surgeries, because he was like, I moved back with my parents, blah, 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 blah. But like,
no, I know.
I know having problems with your wife.
Probably because you were talking to another woman.
Because you were, your problem was that you're cheating on your wife.
Right. You were on Tinder and your wife found out.
Okay. He was on a dating app when he met her. He was all the way married on a dating app.
Yes.
He has since separated, but not immediately.
No, he was not separated.
Why can't we talk about this?
We can't talk about it because Neve wants them together.
They're like, we've never wanted something more. You've
never
wanted something more.
Much more.
You've never wanted something more. You don't want more for her children. What if? What if he's
so
not
that's
for
what
her?
I was going to say. Let's not forget she has kids here too.
Hello.
Yeah. I don't love it.
Yeah. Mommy met this guy online and you'll see the show about that one day.
Yeah. You'll see the slides and socks one day. There's a place and a time for slides and socks. My place is a laundromat.
Yeah. My place is not television.
Yeah. Mine isn't when I'm meeting the quote unquote love of my life on the television.
The only television show that I would wear socks and slides on is Maury Povach.
Okay.
Because you have to take, or Jerry Springer, because you have to take your shoes off when you fight.
Oh, especially Jerry Springer.
Yeah. Why do they always do that? They always take their shoes off when they fight.
I don't know. My grandmother used to do that too.
Where was she fighting?
Us in the house. She would be throwing shoes at our heads in the house.
She would throw her shoes, but they take their shoes off to fight.
I think this is like a thing.
I just saw your grandmother in like Meat City taking her shoes off to square up.
Although honestly, the fish store on Crossway Boulevard, she used to like fist fight the owner there.
Yeah.
Yes. I bet you she used to take her shoes off in there.
I mean, to be honest with you, I wouldn't even take off my shoes in that place because you probably get a fish infection.
That's true. Fish infection. An affection, if you will.
A fish affection.
He gave her bag Alamad one day. It was
definitely gave her bag Alamad. She gave him a little bag Alamad right back. Oh, grandma.
Oh, R.I.P.
Maybe.
Maybe who
Question
knows,
mark.
really?
There's
Yeah.
no proof of anything. Anyway, guys, make sure you go to tracycarnazzo.com. That's where the tickets to our live podcast are. Make sure you follow the podcast at Catfish Trash Talk on Instagram. Follow Noelle at Noe Girl on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Subscribe to our YouTube. Do all the things. I'm at Trixie Tuzini, TRIXIE TUZZINI. Thank you so much for listening. And yeah, we'll see you next week again.
Okay.
Okay, goodbye forever.
Bye forever.